Trittany, and I'm the reader here at the Crown and Castle Collective, where we can all be the rulers of our own kingdom that we call life. This is the monthly energetic overview, or horoscope, if you will, for all the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius for June of 2021. We'll be taking a look at your overall energies, your greatest challenges, biggest blockages, your accomplishments, where are you excelling in June, and then also like your headspace, the forefront of your life, your love life, relationships, career, finance, education, and also your spiritual development. So I do want to give a quick thank you just to everyone who likes and leaves comments. Thank you guys so much. It means a lot to me. And if you subscribe, a big thank you to that, because I love to grow my channel. I'm kind of in the beginning stages, so it's really exciting. And yeah, I put a lot of work and effort into these horoscope videos with editing and such, so it means so much to me. But yeah, enough rambling. I am actually going to go ahead and get shuffling. All right, fire signs. Even if you are, a sun, moon, or rising, you can also cross watch this. I forgot to mention earlier, for anyone that you know who is a fire sign, which you're already here. So we're going to take a look at the general overall energies of the fire signs throughout June 2021. Now these are going to be a little bit more broad perspective since they're all oracle cards, and we'll get into more detail throughout the month with the tarot. So fire signs, how are you guys showing up throughout June with your first overall energy? You are showing up as number 15, Revelations. Okay, so this is a purple crown chakra energy, a very strong card to have. Number 15, it does compound down to a 6. Now this is all about intuitive hits, inspiration, ideas, realizations, revelations. There could be big changes coming to you throughout the month of June, or you're anticipating very big changes. These could also come as pleasant surprises to you, hopefully. So be on the lookout for those. And even if you have, these realizations, they could be earth-shattering, so to say. They're very big changes, things that shift your day-to-day life or locations, even the way that you look around at the world around you, the way that you interact with the world and the people around you. This is very big energy. You could be seeing bigger pictures. You could be seeing, the big idea behind everything rather than the small, minute details. Now, we also have, clarifying that, your overall energy of number 19, Inspiration. Isis, goddess of magic, I ask thee to bring your inspiration to me. And so number 19 compounds down to a 2, or sorry, it's a 1. I don't know why I got 2. 19 adds up to 1. Okay, so inspiration. This is green heart chakra energy. So any kind of big ideas and inspirations that you have could come from those whom you love, people that you admire and look up to. They could really spark some kind of change within you, whether that's with finances or with anything that you intake, and even the stuff that you produce outwardly. So these are very big changes in how you are viewing the world around you and what is actually giving you life. Now, things of your past may not inspire you anymore. You might not have the same goals and aspirations that you had for yourself a year ago, 6 months ago, last week. Very big, fast changes, and it could come from, people that you don't even know. It could be someone famous, a celebrity, someone that you are very far apart from family, grandparents, siblings, someone close to you, or someone that you just admire and already respect, that you look up to, could really change something big. All right, and we're going to take a look at your biggest blockage or your greatest challenge throughout the month of June. We have number 4, choice. So this card talks about major decisions needing to be made. Again, there is some kind of reality shifting energy that is floating around you throughout the month of June. You could be given an ultimatum or a decision, something that requires a significant change from you. Now, your greatest challenge could be really choosing or deciding on these changes, on these shifts, no matter how small or how big they may be. Now, also with this number 4 choice card, if we take the character's story for its worth, this is all about using your own powers for good, okay? So if you have any kind of very strong, alluring, attracting energies around you in the month of June, make sure you're using that for good, okay? Don't try to misuse or take advantage of people. Now, I shouldn't have to say that, but even in the smallest way, don't try to lead someone on or anything like that. It's very conscious of your own energies. You guys have a very powerful, alluring energy around you, so make sure you are using that wisely. Now, also, to clarify this choice card, because this could be, making decisions too soon, too hastily, so we're going to get a clarification on it. And we have the 9 of Pentacles, necessity. So 9 of Pentacles is a very individual card, and this is, it could be hard for you to choose what is necessary, what needs to stay, what needs to go, especially with these big life changes around you or opportunities. Now, you may need to decide if you're comfortable with where you're at in life, or if you're being called to level up your energies to pursue a different dream or pursue a new position in life. So you may need to prioritize your decisions, your choices, your options. Now, having a lot of options can be overwhelming. And it could be, it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. Having too many options can almost have you lose track of what you're trying to achieve or what you're trying to receive when you get distracted with all these options and all these choices. There's a need to go inward and ask yourself what it is that you truly need. What is a necessity to you in a certain aspect? There could become choices, and there's a lot of green coming through here with the heart chakra, so there could be choices needing to be made regarding any heart chakra, love life, relationships. We'll get into those. I'm also seeing, of course, with green, a lot of finance choices, both big and small, especially when it comes to marital status, home life, big purchases and investments like so. All right, we'll go on to your greatest accomplishment. Where are you flourishing and excelling at throughout the month of June? We have birthing a new age. I knew there was some kind of birth, marital. For some of you, a small part of you, you could be, advancing your life in those directions. Birthing a new age states birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. And that is very powerful. There is something with this revelation and inspiration card for you guys that you could be feeling very inspired to create a new way of living for yourself, a new kind of social status. You could be upgrading your home or the world around you, just small things like that. Also, a lot of you guys could be feeling inspired or having like baby fever. So for some of you, you could want to extend your family or visit those who do have, you know, small children. Maybe you just need a little bit of that energy in your life to help spark this inspiration. You know, if you ever need a source of inspiration or creativity, just listen to a toddler speak for 5 minutes. But your greatest accomplishment is that you are bringing new, fresh energies into your space, in your world around you. Now, whether you're trying to do this intentionally or not, you are doing a very good job at opening yourself up to spirit and opening yourself up to these surprises. Because if you feel like you're not on track or in the right pace with your own life right now, the more that you work towards this crown chakra energy being crystalline and clear, the more you will recognize the sources of inspiration or where it is in your life that you need to adjust and change to come into alignment with more of the things that are necessary for your growth. Now, clarifying this birthing the new age, we do have the Two of Cups, influence. Okay, so Two of Cups being like a soulmate, soul bond card, again with this birth here. Some people, yes, congratulations, you could be extending your family, you could be adopting people or pets. So you could be just extending your family in any sense of the way. This is marriages, even extended family, if you're not searching for this on your own. Now, also, with the influence card in a birthing a new age, I feel like from birth, there could have been some kind of influence against you with your life path. Now, this is also showing up with your greatest challenge being choice and necessity. It could be really hard for you to put your own priorities, your own necessities, wants, and needs first with this choice card. That could be very hard for you to do if certain kind of expectations have been placed upon you since birth. But I feel like your guys' greatest accomplishment is that you are starting to perhaps become a little bit more brittle and breaking away from these set boundaries that have been upon you and really starting to connect. You know what? We're going to hold that message because we're going to wait till we get in the love life and relationship. I don't want to draw in that energy too much. But it looks like you guys are doing a really good job at pretty much blocking out expectations of yourself. Maybe you've taken a break from social media, things that made you feel like, you know, maybe you weren't the best choice, that you didn't have what it took to be a certain way or to be perceived a certain way. I don't know. There's just some kind of like breaking away from other people's views of you. You're doing really good at that. And not letting other people influence what it is that you want and need in this life. So, again, like I said, these are going to be pretty broad since they're oracle cards. We're just tapping into the fire sign energies. And the advice from Spirit, so what energies can the fire signs reach out to throughout June to help them maneuver through these energies? We have fluorite, natural beauty and authenticity. Be yourself as God made you, naturally attractive and lovable, inside and out. Okay, so fluorite, you guys could have a beaming smile, okay? Like I said, there's some part of you that is just glowing throughout June. Use those looks and that attention for positive manners. Make sure you're not slipping into any kind of shadow aspects with that because you're just very impressionative throughout June, okay? So when you talk, people are listening. when you're not talking, they're still watching and listening to every breath that you take. Also, fluorite is a very strong crown chakra energy. So you guys have a lot of really good ideas, a lot of viewpoints and perspectives. So I feel like you know what's best for you, and you're not going to let anyone else tell you otherwise. And that natural beauty and authenticity, come on. I was just saying that too. Like, I feel that certain people place certain expectations on you, whether that was physical expectations, the way that you manage yourself, or the way that you show up for other people, and the roles that you're meant to play. You're not fit in the mold with that, okay? And you're really just starting to embrace your natural beauty and self shamelessly, not letting other people influence you or put a value on you. We also have clarifying that. Start fresh with chickweed. I don't know what happened to the lighting in here. I think as it gets like brighter outside, it's getting darker in here, which makes no sense. But with the start fresh and fluorite, I don't know. For some of y'all, someone really wants to kiss you. That's just a romantic message coming through with the start fresh and fluorite. Someone's got some fresh breath, okay? And even if you're like, man, I just ate something dank, this person doesn't care. They like the feeling of your breath on their body. I don't know. Someone's got a lovely voice as well. With that start fresh card in the fluorite of natural beauty and authenticity, go hand in hand very well, okay? So for some of you, you could be having a fresh start with a romantic partner. Maybe you've been separated for a long time, that, you know, you're longing for another person, or vice versa. Take these messages as they apply. But the start fresh and fluorite, you guys are finding a new sense of self, and I feel like you're actually going for it. So it's not just that you recognize you're being held back, or like other people are affecting your potentials and your energy. This is really going off on the right foot for yourself. Spirit is embracing that for you. And a lot of you feel like a lot of fire signs seem to have been like lost in the crowd. Maybe they felt like they just didn't stand out in the way that they were hoping for. They didn't get the recognition that they were looking for. I'm getting it's more like Spirit has recognized that energies, and they're going to give you a very strong current to follow with creating your own individuality. Because I feel like a lot of fire signs felt lost in the crowd because they were letting other people make all the choices for them, okay? Or they were following what was popular, what was in style, what was, you know, all that kind of stuff, where they really did lose this sense of choice, of individuality, and self-sufficiency, or individuality. I gotta take my sweater off. I am sweating. Alright, and moving on to the headspace for all fire sign energies, what's kind of going on in the forefront of their life throughout June, or what's kind of on their mind. And I usually read this chart left to right as beginning, middle, late June. So we'll see how that plays out. And in the headspace, we have, again, the Nine of Pentacles in a different deck here. That was the necessity that showed up here. So we have a repeat right off the bat. Really craving individuality, self-sufficiency, maybe wanting to live on your own, be on your own, come and go as you please, to wear what you want, express what you want, to say and feel and think, even if it's outside of your societal expectations or norms within your family, your community, so be it. The Ten of Pentacles, there's the family, the community, so be it. We also have the Two of Swords, which is, again, thinking outside of the box, really questioning every move, but we'll play on here. Okay, Yes. Wanting to invest your time, your energy, your thoughts into what is meaningful to you, okay? Really stressing that message here. I feel like you want to just say and do things differently than what have traditionally been done. For some of you, maybe you come from a long line of, let's say your family's always worked in the same business, or it's a family ran business and you're just not really wanting to pursue that. Maybe you want to break off and work on something that inspires you besides the family business. Maybe your family's expecting you to follow the same path, the same timeline that they were married and had kids and moved out by a certain age, and that's just not for you, fam, okay? And also, I feel like a lot of you perhaps haven't seen family. Maybe you've just been more invested in your work. You haven't spent as much time with family or friends. Let's see here. I feel like fire signs are really trying to dive into their work. As we go through the mid to late in the month, it looks like they could be trying to just really distract themselves with whatever it is that they can find. I'm getting that for some of you, perhaps you come from very well-off families financially. Maybe they have some source of financial stability that you could possibly deny or turn down like a handout, and you are someone who would rather go and make that living for yourself, which is so admirable. So that's a really good trait, it seems like, throughout June, that you're really priding yourself on your hard work, your efforts, and even the sense of individuality that you have grown into right now. I feel like you're trying to further that, but this structure and this support system that you have grown around has really offered you a lot more than a number can offer, okay? So that's pretty cool. We are going to go ahead and move forward into your love life, your heart chakra. I also feel like, coming through here at the end of the month, the mid to late, I feel like there's some start to a new project that's a little bit behind the scenes. You could be planning or crafting something that you actually withhold from others. So it could be something in the works there, a little surprise set up for June and July. Okay, like I said, moving on to the heart chakra. This could be intimate or personal relationships. It could be platonic. It could be family, friends, just your heart chakra in a sense. So what's kind of going on there for fire signs? We have number 10, the wheel. The 2 of arrows. Again, we have the 2 of swords out here twice. Another duplicate. A very submissive, intellectual energy, if you will. So, the first 2 cards already is a whole element of unknown surprises. With number 10, the wheel, is all about fate, destiny, stuff that, like, it goes in its own patterns, it has its up and down, but also it's just very unexpected. And with the 2 of arrows, injustice, it's something that you don't really see coming. You don't really have a clear view of how things are going to work and shift out. Again, it's just something in the works. So for some of you who are already in relationships, there could be big changes, coming in the next couple of months, or on a certain timeline that you just don't really have the details for yet, and that's absolutely okay. It could be frustrating, could be difficult, and it could cause some kind of insecurities. miscommunications, frustrations, all of that is quite normal. But also, if you are looking for someone, I'm getting that, you could be in and out of the dating game and you just quite haven't been able to find the one. Perhaps you're still working on the healing process of any kind of past injustices or wrongs that have yet to be made right. We also have the Magician, number 1, the Shaman, as well as the Three of Arrows, jealousy. So later in the month for fire signs, later on in the month, again, I feel like they could be just diving into work. That could just be things naturally picking up that could cause them to see less of family, friends. So be it, again, whatever. They could just have to work a little bit more, and that could cause some kind of tension, frustration, jealousy within partners or families. But, if all means well, then I feel like this is definitely something that can be communicated and worked through. Also, with the Wheel, 2 of Arrows, the Shaman. Okay, so for those who are searching throughout the dating game, I'm picking up that mid to late June with this Magician card showing up here next to the 2 of Arrows. There actually could be a sudden appearance by someone very magical, life-changing, very prominent, that you could possibly see yourself being with the 3 of Bows here, which is naturally the, not necessarily heartache or heartbreak, but also just, the card of loves. Love, 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 love. And for those who are already with someone, and I feel like if things are, in this questionable state with the Wheel card and the 2 of Arrows, where it's just a little bit of unsure, insecurities, it seems like all should be worked out, coming towards the end, late June into July. I do see that there is a way to make things right. Also, a small part of you, unfortunately, it does look like there could be someone that could take advantage of this weakness, and that says nothing about you, especially if you don't know exactly where things are going. This person may not know either, and they could, consciously or subconsciously take advantage of that unknown energy. Some people just get bored, okay? And that's kind of where a little bit of pettiness, drama, jealousy, injustice plays in, just to kind of have a heads up about that. And like I said, with your guys' energy, with this choice card here, you guys have a lot of energies focused in on you right now, so it's very important that you use your prowess for good. Now, to clarify all of this heart chakra energy, we have honeymoon. Okay, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Now, I did feel like there was something behind the works, like I said, that you could be working on or planning. And I feel like there's a way to make things right in a relationship, especially if you have been gone, maybe you've been busier than normal. I feel like there's a lot of future planning going on for the relationship, and that could involve any kind of proposals, honeymoons, holiday times. And for those who are just now searching as well, if you're in the dating game, that if you do happen to meet someone, late to mid June, I feel like you're going to find yourself in that honeymoon period, where they say the beginning of the relationship is always the honeymoon phase. It's always the best. I definitely see you indulging in that energy, and it's really cute. So that kind of ties all of that together. We will step into the career, finance, education, what's kind of going on there for the fire signs. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords. So right off the bat, your work environment in the beginning of the month can feel actually quite harsh. So with the Eight of Pentacles, there's a lot of work to be done. There's also a lot of different jobs. So you could be pulled from one department to the other. You could have one position put on your plate. Stuff outside of your expertise could be placed on your to-do list. So just being very versatile and trying to stay flexible with this energy can really help. Also, asking for help from people who do have knowledge and have worked in those areas before can help lessen the load for you. Working together as a team as well. You could be learning new things, new positions, new jobs. And with the Nine of Swords here, I mean, this is definitely not something you would want to see in your workplace. But again, there's a little bit of a harshness to it. So like maybe your management, your boss can just really be breathing down your neck the entire time. You could be a little bit afraid to make a mistake here and there. And someone could be getting fired. I'm not saying it's you, but there could be certain people that are let go in the workforce. We also have the Ace of Swords. Okay, so again, things are riding pretty rough, but it seems like it's really busy. Okay, so there could be a lot of demand for the product, the company. If you are running your own business, then I feel like you could get a little bit overwhelmed throughout the month of June, which, hey, that just means that business is good, okay? But also just making sure to pace yourself and to make sure that you're only taking in a certain amount of workload that you can handle. So for some of you who, for some of you who work under a company or under a certain management, could be hard for you to refuse a certain workload. It could be something that's not possible for you to turn down, which can really demand a lot more from you. As we were picking up later in the month, it looks like you do kind of have to dive more into your workspace, and that's just because things are picking up for you. Okay, that could be a good thing. Just make sure that you're taking the appropriate time outside of the workplace to balance your own energies and your relationships, of course. And with that, we also have the Justice card. Okay, so the energy and time, work, effort that you put in during these really demanding, a little bit stressful month, the Justice card shows that all is well, all will be well, you'll be repaid energetically. So if you're putting in a lot more time, a lot of investment, a lot more work into those hours. Wow. Okay, if I could talk correctly, that'd be great. Justice card is just something that, you will be compensated. Everything will come back into balance. So if you're really busy now, then, next month might be a little bit more downtime. If you are working more, hopefully you're being compensated correctly where you get more overtime, which could be really helpful in the next coming months. But justice, not everyone is innocent. So like I said, for some of you, hopefully none of y'all, but like you could be getting fired, which could be a good thing. Maybe you don't want to deal with that bullshit anymore. It's too demanding. You don't get enough time off. You're not treated fairly. You could have to do one job and then another, and you're just not valued or appreciated, which I can definitely see for some of you. Maybe it's even you step up to the plate and you just, kindly put in your 2 weeks. So be it. We also have Orange Gold Dragon from Arcturus. Opens you to knowledge for the new golden age. Carry the energy of the future. Be a guiding light. So I'm just picking up the colors. So sometimes, this dragon just kind of a bunch of woo-woo. Opens you to knowledge for the new golden age. Carry the energy of the future. Be a guiding light. Yeah. I'm just really picking up the gold and orange, okay? So all I can picture is like a coin. So perhaps for your finances throughout the month of June, I feel like that's not really a concern. And that can make the work environment that you're subjecting yourself to even more of like a turnoff. Okay, so like maybe money's just not as big of a deal to you right now. So like if shit ain't going well, then you're just not gonna stand up for it. Okay, make sure you're really prioritizing yourself. You deserve better. Okay. And if you already love what you're doing, just push through. It could be a really busy month. You know, hopefully things picking up is a sign of a brighter future that we are approaching on. Just don't let your boss come swinging at you. Don't let your other coworkers either come for your throat. Someone's working in a really cutthroat environment. Respect. Maybe you just have some really nasty like customers that just talk to you like you ain't shit. You're just a service worker. No. That can be hard. That can be very, very testing of the patience. You guys are meant to have patience and pace yourself throughout June. Right on. So, fire signs for your spiritual growth, development throughout the month of June. What's kind of going on here? The Magician card. Again, okay, so more repeats. Let's see, the Justice card came out earlier as the Shaman. Bada bing, bada boom. A Master of all trades. Oh, it's a Jack of all trades. But we also have the Seven of Wands. Okay, cool. This is kind of tying us back into the beginning. So the Magician is someone who has the power, the mobility to reach out in any direction of all the elements. She has the Pentacle, the Wand, the Cup, the Sword. So this is someone who's able to grow in whichever direction that they put their mind, their efforts, time, and space towards. This is full potential in its positive aspects. And we also have it with the Seven of Wands, which is someone who really tries to stand up for themselves. They're a natural born leader, really great public speaking abilities, able to lead crowds, stand up above the crowd. And with the Magician, I feel like this is where you're starting to stand up for yourself or find more of your individuality, what makes you you, and also what passions, what hobbies. How do you want to spend your free time? And I feel like there's a lot of people around you guys that want a piece of you. So just be careful. Another seven, but Seven of Cups is a very distracted card. Seven of Cups has a lot on its plate. Well, a lot on its cups. So this is a card of many directions, having a lot of options, and what are you? It's very important on what you choose to invest your energies into fire signs for June. So just be careful that you're not trying to accidentally manifest something. So you could be focused on something that's not meant for you. You could be stressing over something that's not meant for you. And the more that you focus in on stressing that, the more likely it is to happen. So it's really important that you keep your mind and your body on track with whatever it is that you want. Because the Magician, baby's all about manifestation. So you guys have a lot of power to bring in what is meant for you right now with the choice and the necessity. Spirit's trying to stress right now how important it is for you to make the right decisions on what is meant for you. So make sure you're not getting distracted with all of this 3D materialistic social expression energy, okay? Make sure you're being authentic to yourself in what your wants and needs are, being truthful with other people with what it is that you want and you need. Some people, they won't ever stop telling you whatever it is that they need, okay? I feel like for some of you, there's a person out there that just constantly wants and needs something from you, you could have to stand your ground. Tell them that they get what they get. Okay. Whew. We're also going to look at where the fire signs are going to be feeling these activations in their birth charts. Now, if you don't know what a birth chart is, that's okay. I'm here to explain it to you. So, birth charts are free. You can get them online. You just have to know your birthday, hello, the time, and the location of your birth. Now, once you type all that in, it's going to print you out a map of pretty much all of the planets and the stars that were in the sky at the exact time and location of your birth. And that pretty much decodes a lot more of who we are. And a lot of people, they don't do horoscopes because, you know, they've read one and they're a Scorpio. I even put the wrong arm. How much do I know myself? Well, not a lot, to be honest. Just kidding. But, man, I'm ranting a lot in this video. It's kind of embarrassing. Anyways, the birth chart shows you a lot more than your sun sign, which you might, you know, you could be a Scorpio, you could be a Cancer, you could be a Leo, Aries, but that's just your sun sign. Your birth chart goes more into detail, and that's why there's more than just horoscopes. So if you're watching this for your sun sign, I encourage you to look up what your moon and your rising signs are and go and watch those, because there could be a lot more that resonates with you than these. So fire signs, they are being activated in Mars. So go ahead and on your birth chart, look where Mars is placed. That's where you will be feeling your activations. Mars, the red planet, the angry god, okay? So Mars rules Aries. This is all about drive, confrontation, action. Now, I feel like there is a lot of that going around in your work life, your education, and your finances. Also, there could be some kind of conflict going on between people trying to force you into certain roles or certain choices that showed up with, you know, your greatest challenge. So, wherever your Mars is can definitely be fired up right now, and Mars is, you know, kind of a harsh energy. So we'll take a look at the house that it's in here. And we have the third house. So Mars in the third house talks about communication, deliverance, ideas. It's not about what you know, it's more about who you know. So we are seeing again the conflict with the individuality and also wanting to express more of the self. Because the third house is all about the inner community. It's about like siblings, aunts, uncles, grandparents, people that you come into more daily contact with. It could be neighbors if you know you're really into your community. It could be co-workers who are really close to you. And with that Mars energy, there is a little bit of friction here. So Mars is kind of aggressive. And I feel like that's definitely in a cubicle sense. For some of you, there could be issues at work. For some, there could be issues at home. And for others, you could feel like you're just not getting along easy with anyone or anything throughout June. So it could be a little bit frustrating for you mid to late month, and I feel like that's just kind of what's causing you to feel more pressure to stand up and stand out for yourself, is because you could be getting swept under the rug by other groups of people. Like, I feel like you could just be getting overlooked, and I feel like that could really bother you. And so you're like, something needs to change. I need to think of some new, fresh ideas that either get me promoted out of this position, this spot, this place, or this town, okay? You're just trying to formulate something that that just corresponds more to who you are, not about others, and that's gonna give you a sense of a fresh start, because I feel like you guys are sitting in some stagnant water. to be honest. And I feel like that's why you're feeling swept under. That could be also why you're having to deal with some non-pleasant energies, that this stuff has already expired. And from that, it's just like how magic mushrooms grow. You know, they grow in cow dung, and then it grows this cool psychedelic mushroom that can take you to new places. How about that? That's all. That's the only explanation I got there. So, take these messages for what they're worth. Go ahead in your birth chart, locate Mars, and also look at your third house and what planets are placed there. You can have a lot more messages flow through to you. And also, I totally forgot, but we will draw 3 cards here from the archetype cards just to look at who you are interacting with throughout the month of June. Any kind of characters or personas that you might recognize. Some people that are showing up. So Spirit, please give me 3 cards for the fire signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, June of 2021. Who's showing up in the fire signs energies? Give me 3 cards. So we have Child, Magical. So it says, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that anything is possible. So I feel like you guys, this is mostly your energy, this purple stuff that came through very heavily through the oracle cards. But also I feel like that could be, I'm hearing like a young female. There's some feminine energy around you. It doesn't have to be young either. This is just very youthful, fountain of youth energy. So it could even be like your grandma. But this person, they're always going to see you as like their little child. I don't know. They see you as a child, or perhaps you see this person as childlike. But they help you feel very optimistic that there's beauty in all things and that anything is possible for yourself if you're wanting to become more of who you are, or do something else with your life, or be somewhere else. Spirit, please give me 2 more cards for who is showing up for the fire signs in June of 2021. Give me 2 more cards. We also have Poet. The light attributes are expresses soul insights in symbolic language. So you could know someone that's into poetry, someone that just likes to read, that likes to write, someone that always has very good words of encouragement. This could, you could recognize this person, perhaps the Poet. It could be a teacher, a student, a colleague, a rapper. It could be a singer. Someone's lyrics could really have strong meaning to you. Spirit, please give me 1 more card for who is in the fire signs energies through June of 2021. Spirit, please give me 1 more card for who is in the fire signs energy throughout June of 2021. Spirit, please give me 1 more card for who is in the fire signs energy. We also have Hedonist. So, says light attributes inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrate the beauty in yourself. So with the Poet and the Hedonist, I feel like for some of you, you could be talking to someone who you're not like fully in contact with, or not fully connected to. It could be like more of long distance, or just like someone that you talk to but never really quite get to see. That could be a really good friend, or the Hedonist can come through as like also like a divine feminine, someone that you just could indulge in over and over again and never be fully satisfied. I feel like there's just someone very, very romantic around your energy, or perhaps you're feeling very romantic towards someone else. Now, again, these are just meant to be character cards. Perhaps you will recognize and put value to their names. But I hope this whole reading resonated with you guys. And if not, I hope at least you were able to take 1 or 2 messages away from this. Give the video a like or subscribe if you feel like any part resonated with you. And if you subscribe, you can actually vote on what pick a pile or pick a card readings I post next. And thank you guys just so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good month.